Hey everybody, welcome to the second part of my 2000 subscribers special, which is this Q&A. Before I begin, I want to thank everybody for putting in their questions for all the videos and outlets that I put them for. So yeah, I'm gonna be reading through the questions via like the video comments, and yeah, let's get started. My first questions are from Ultra STH, and his question is, what's my favorite handheld Sonic game? And he also asked if I like Pac-Man at all, and if so, favorite game. So, for your first question, my favorite handheld Sonic game is probably the original Sonic Rush. Like, I had it as like a kid and I really enjoyed it. Blaze is like one of my like third favorite Sonic characters, and like the soundtrack is probably one of like the best in the series. And like the whole idea of like a modern 2D game, I just found that really cool. At this time I didn't know that the advanced games existed, so yeah. And for your second question, I really do like Pac-Man, and my favorite Pac-Man game is Pac-Man World 2. I would absolutely like love them to return to the Pac-Man World series. I think that like Pac-Man would need like a really solid platformer to like stand out, but like Pac-Man's already pretty successful with the museum game that just came out, so I'll let that be, but I want them to return to Pac-Man World one day. And I would want them to play like the sequel since it's like the best one in the whole trilogy of games. My next question is from Dominic Drift, and he asks Marvel or DC, best era of Sonic besides the modern era and why, and he also asks if I got games on my phone. And for your third question, exactly how I would respond to my younger cousin, yes I do have games on my phone. And you're not gonna play them. And also for your first question, I prefer Marvel compared to DC, not just because like the movies, but like in terms of like everything, like comic books, all the like movies, all like the games and everything. I don't think DC is bad by any means, I just like prefer Marvel's characters and Marvel's stories and Marvel's heroes. Shout out to DC though, I really think they're cool as well. So, for your question about the best era of Sonic, I feel like that I would have to like choose a time period because a lot of people have different meanings for what goes in what era for Sonic. So I feel like that from 1998 to 2009 is the best era from Sonic. So basically like a combination of like the adventure era through dark era. I feel like that's where Sonic was really like at his best. And I'm like really like a sucker for modern Sonic. Like I like that type of version of Sonic. And I like 2010s modern Sonic, like whenever, I consider modern Sonic to be whenever this dude had green eyes, so like from 1998 to like where he is today. But in terms of like eras, it's from like 1998 to 2009, so all the games from Sonic Adventure all the way to Black Knight, that's what I consider to be like the best era for Sonic, if that counts as an answer for you. My next question is a really hard one. It's from my homie Zoxico, and he asked if one entire series has to go: Street Fighter, King of Fighters, or Guilty Gear. And out of all of those, I really love those three fighting game franchises very much, but despite my hours on Strive begging to differ, I'm gonna say like Guilty Gear has to go. Cause like without Street Fighter, I wouldn't be into fighting games in the first place, and plus also KOF wouldn't introduce me to like the real competitive style of fighting games. Alright, so my next question is from ZeroxZX and Ema May, because they both shared one question. Now, ZXZX asks, what are my favorite Sonic games, but they both ask, what's my favorite Sonic OST? Now, the reason why I put both of these questions together is because my favorite OST in a video game is from a Sonic game, which is Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed is 100% like my favorite OST of all time. I honestly think it's better than the Adventure 2 soundtrack, and everybody can fight me on that one. And as for my favorite Sonic games, I feel like that Sonic Unleashed is obviously one of them. I feel like I'd also say Sonic CD, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic and the Black Knight. There's a lot of them, but those are just like some of like my top runners for favorite Sonic games. And if I could choose a favorite OST other than Sonic, it's probably Persona 4, Persona 5, and like some fighting games, I'm pretty sure. Specifically like, I'd say that Street Fighter Alpha 3 has some pretty good music as well. But those are some other OSTs that I like other than just Sonic Unleashed. My next question is from Red H, and they ask, do you remember what was the first Sonic game you ever played? And I do, it was Sonic Colors. I have really fond memories of Sonic Colors. I'm planning to do a review of Sonic Colors as the third part of my 2000 subscriber celebration, so you'll find out more about how I feel about the game soon enough. My next question is from Alpine, and they ask, how do I manage to make Sonic so hype? So this question is in regards to Smash, and basically what I try to do is that it's all based on playstyle. I don't try to go for like the campy Sonic stuff. I'm more of an aggressive player since I think Sonic's potential really is in that way of being aggressive. So I take that to the extreme at sometimes, and sometimes I kind of overshoot my shots. But yeah, that's how I kind of managed to make Sonic super hype. I just try to play more aggressive since most people do not know what Sonic can do in that aggressive playstyle. My next question is from Wrecked Boy, and he says, I know you said nothing controversial, but Persona 5 best girl? And I'll be honest right now, this question might get me publicly executed. But if I had to choose between all of them in the game, it's probably Makoto. I do like Makoto's like personality and character trope. I think that it's like kind of fun to have a character like that in a team. I don't want to go into too many details, but if you know, you know. Play Persona 5 and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I know I'm about to be called basic for this one since most of the Persona 5 community basically agrees that she's the best. My next question is from Mr. Ahmed Gaming, and he asks if I like Sonic. And no, I don't actually. I honestly think that Mario's better. My next question is from Radic, and they ask, do I think that Gmro should be implemented into more Sonic games? And yeah, I believe so. I think Gmro is cool, and I think all of those humanoid robots that have made appearances in Sonic games should definitely appear in a lot more Sonic games. They haven't been seen since like the Adventure Through Dark era, and I think they would make a fine addition nowadays. And I include more characters from the recent IDW comics as well, so maybe Tango and Whisper. They've technically been in like the mobile games, but I want to see them in an official game one day. My next question is from Winter V4, and they ask, since the Forces model debate is still going on, well, it was going on at the time, what is my favorite Sonic design? And judging by you mentioning models, I feel like you're referring to my favorite like Sonic model, and if that's the case, I'm going to say the Sonic Unleashed model. I know you guys are probably tired of me saying Sonic Unleashed in this video, but I seriously just like love that game to death. I love it so much. But yeah, the Sonic Unleashed design looks really clean, and honestly is like the best ways, honestly like the best Sonic has looked in a really long time. And I hope that we'll see another Sonic that looks like this at one point. My next question is a strange one, and it's from my boy Nobody64, and they ask, have you ever had that moment when you just stop breathing? Now, I feel like that the only time I ever like truly like stop breathing is when I realize that I am breathing. Like breathing is just like a natural like thing, you do it automatically, right? But as soon as your brain realizes, am I breathing? And then you have to like manually like just breathe in and out. Like I'm just about to right now, just even talking about it. But yeah, I guess if you consider that to be like not breathing, then yeah, that answers your question. My next question is from Gustavo, and they ask, what is my favorite food? And yeah, it's hamburgers. I'm American, so yeah. My next question is from Heaven the Hedgecat, and they ask, do I like Sonic the Werehog's design? And I do actually. It's probably one of like the wackiest Sonic designs that I've like ever like seen. Like the whole long arms, the stretchy arms, to like the exaggerated fur and the cleats on his shoes. Like honestly really like the Werehog's look. Okay, so for these last few questions, they're all from like the same guy. My homie Gumbo Games Animations asked a whole flurry of questions, so we're just gonna go through all of them. And most of the questions are about Among Us, so I'll have to refresh my Among Us memory for this. So his first question is, what's my least favorite task in Among Us? It is probably like the card swiper. I'm so bad at it, like I try to like swipe it like at the like right pace, and it just never accepts it. It's so annoying. In contrast, he asks, what's my favorite task in Among Us, and it's probably the one where you shoot the asteroids. That one is really fun. In his next question, he wonders, what do I do in my free time other than making videos? So when I'm not making videos, I'm usually like either like just sitting down and playing video games, watching TV, just doing like normal like everyday things. And maybe like going to like Smash tournaments. I went to one like pretty recently. His next question is returning back to Among Us, as he asked, if I were to delete one color from Among Us, what would it be? And he also asked if I should add one color to Among Us, what would it be? So if I were to get rid of one of the colors, I feel like that like the main like colors that are in the game are like, they're fine to be there. But I feel like that when I was looking this up, in the list of like unavailable and unused colors, there's a fourth green and then there's an olive one. Remove the olive color, to be honest. Just take the olive one out of the game. I think just olive is like a really ugly like green. I don't know, it also reminds me of olives. Olives suck. Like they're bad to eat. I don't like them. And if I were to add a color, I think like a mint green color would be nice to have. I feel like that there's already like a lot of greens in the game with like the lime and normal green, but I think like a little like mint green would be really cool to see. Next up he asks what's my favorite drink, and I have a lot of favorite drinks actually. I like Coca-Cola, like a bunch of like sodas, and like hot chocolate and all that, but if there's one that I really liked and I can't really live without, it's probably Coca-Cola. Next up he asks for my favorite planet, and honestly it's Uranus. Honestly it might be Saturn. I think that Saturn's like just a really dope planet, especially like with the rings that surround it. I just think it's like a really interesting planet. The last question of this Q&A is he asks what's my favorite color, and of all time it's green. And I think the reason why I've liked green for so long is that when I was younger I watched like Blue's Clues, and Steve would wear like a green shirt, he'd have the green crayon, and I guess because like I really like the Blue's Clues, the color green just like attracted to my body when I watched the show, and I've liked the color ever since. But yeah, that seems to be all the questions that we have for this Q&A. I want to thank you guys for like asking so many questions. I honestly did not expect this many questions to come from this. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers. The Sonic Colors video will be on its way very soon. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in another video. See ya.